If you can hear me, thank you. Thank you so much. We hope you've enjoyed that. We do.
Roll back. Settle. That's the cue. Good evening, colleagues. Everyone here. We are here. Yes. So I've got a joke I'd like to tell. Then I set off the net. That will get every architect in the room and the other partners that are here. And Fritz out of love. So what did the slow group say to the flat group? Any takers? No, this side, what is the slow group say to the flat group? Thank you for your attention. We've got no presentation. Now that we have your attention, we are moving over to the next segment of the evening, and we hope that throughout the year, as currently we are very loud. Over to you,
So these are the awards of merit.
So at the beginning, you said there's going to be CPT points for this event. There is a small piece of paper with a QR code that has been handed out. If no one has it, please come and see us at any time. And you can just scan that and that will take you straight to it. And there's just a bit of housekeeping. Someone dropped their room key.
I have one more joke as well, actually. A final brief discussion. I would like to review my comments about humor and say I'm sorry. And rather that we have a lot of what I would like to call load-bearing sarcasm.
Ooh.
I hope you get load-bearing. Okay, sorry. I tried. Maybe please, we would love to welcome Janet Simon to the stage to do the handing out of the Awards of Merit. Okay. And without further ado, here we go. The first award of merit goes to Brick House by Thomas Leach Architects.
The Brick House in Clovelly by Thomas Leach Architect is an experimental self-built project that contributes within the Cape tradition of architect design built homes. Primarily constructed from preface brickwork, the building is supplemented by a series of design strategies that afford innovation whilst limiting cost and materials. This is apparent in the timber openings and the discrete elements of concrete deployed to afford celebratory moments within the rectilinear, box-like forms. These have enabled design moments where an engaged presence of the outside has been consciously celebrated. The large full-size glazed openings, the corner window together with the elevated volume to the living areas and the upper level terrace serve to enlarge the extent of the building by direct integration with the mountain and the land to the north beyond. The ambiguity of enclosure established by these gestures also reflects on the potential for future physical extension of the building envelope. Similarly, a further valency is ensured by the use of parapet walls capable of receiving selective vertical expansion and is particularly relevant within contexts where land is scarce and densification and population growth is prevalent. This brick house is recognized for its innovation in achieving more with less and in providing some interesting design lessons for the building with limited means in the so-called Cape of Good Hope.
Our next award of merit goes to the Link Building by Lemon Pebble Architects and SRS Architects.
At Wits University, Lemon Pebble Architects have undertaken a long overdue but necessary remodeling of the John Moffat building extension, designed and built toward the end of the last century. The labyrinth of corridors and stairs serving fragmented series of studio spaces in the past have been cleverly reconfigured into a veritable large space with an elegant volume and a well-designed ancillary accommodation, critically reincorporating those functions into the everyday life of the school. The enfilade of surrounding spaces for studios and for socializing are now well served by strategic services, be they stairs or bathrooms, etc. Together with the now widened corridors, these serve to provide delay for chance encounters and support for study work for those who live far off campus. The poetic of a strong, clear conceptual idea has been translated into the design of an amenity which contributes new vitality to the everyday life of the school, whilst the legendary architectural disaster that has frustrated decades of architectural staff and students has finally been transformed into not only a viable space worthy of leading architecture school, but as a multifunctional public amenity which the community at large has come to love.
Our next award goes to House Governor by Artec for Architects.
House Governor by Artec for Architects. This home, designed by an architect for himself and his family, invites you to quieten your thoughts and be reflective from approach to arrival. Upon entering the home, the phenomenological experience is heightened by the innovative placement of north-facing fenestration and how this light dances abound the carved-out multi-volume atrium and living rooms. The commitment to sustainable practices is to be looked. These find manifestation in the upcycling of clay bricks that defines the primary living area's spatial character. The application of the chimney stack effect to the double-volume entrance hall atrium, energy generated from roof-mounted solar panels and water harvesting. The big recycled brick walls into the space, but also render the space a place of memory. Timber flooring and slate tiling complements the primary material. This materiality is coherently applied throughout the building, reinforced restraint and quiet elegance.
Our next award goes to Soweto Caracas Community Center by Urban Think Tank Group in partnership with UTT Group. Thank you.
The Soweto Caracas Community Center in Khayelitsha, Cape Town by Urban Think Tank Empower. Sustainable, replicable, and impactful, the Soweto Caracas Community Center demonstrates how architecture can drive meaningful social change. Conceived as the heart of a housing upgrade, it repositions civic infrastructure within conditions of scarcity by densifying housing and unlocking shared space. Its compact design supports childcare, sport, urban farming, and flexible gathering, ensuring continuous use. Environmental strategies, solar power, water systems, and passive design enhance resilience. Crucially, it is community run, generating income and ownership. More than a building, it operates as an integrated social, economic, and environmental system, offering a practical, inspiring model for inclusive, community led urban development.
Our next award goes to House Smithers by Fluid Architects.
House Smithers, Kenton-on-Sea, Fluid Architects, an African bush retreat for a UK-based family, intended as a holiday home for family and friends to unwind and unplug on South Africa's Sunshine Coast, located in the Eastern Cape between the Kariga and Bushman's rivers. A large property that has a strong inside-outside connection. Impressive arrival sets the scene. The client, a vet, has a passion for wildlife and conservation. Located in Kenton-on-Sea Nature Reserve, among indigenous plants and wildlife, owners and guests can enjoy outdoor activities beyond the beach, kayaking, river rafting, hiking, and swimming. Envisioned as a sustainable home that exists in the landscape rather than competing with it. Key goals achieved are 360 degrees, luxury of space and comfort, chef-style open-plan kitchen, 5 bedrooms, all 5 en suite, open-plan and indoor-outdoor, sustainable solar integration, and rainwater harvesting.
Our next award goes to Angels Care Center by FGG Architects and Nero Holtz.
Angels Care Center Howick, FGG Architects. The architect confidently introduces a new world into the space of the existing school. The new courtyard block echo but modernizes the well-proportioned red brick courtyard of the existing school. The architectural language of the new courtyard building is generated in part by the character of the building materials: steel, timber, brick, and aluminium. The architecture translates this pedagogy by providing a simple ground plane demarcated into areas of shade, play, and learning. A generous roof waiting area is the entrance threshold. The school comprises of parasol and timber roof and a ground plane enclosed by a protective brick wall. The brickwork is playfully patterned to humanize long external walls. Skillful placement of roof planes and clear-story windows attenuate sunlight. Inner courtyard walls dissolve into aluminium and glass plane. This sheltered space provides a clear ground plane for care and learning. The space feels secure yet open because of the proportioning of brick walls, steel and timber parasol roofs, and shaded glazed walls. The simple ground plane provides a datum for the child.
The next award goes to Courtyard House by Drew Architects.
Courtyard House, Serengeti, Kempton Park by Drew Architects. The design optimizes the entire site with clarity and restraint. Organized around a landscape courtyard, the house creates a private green sanctuary that draws in light, air, and the sensory qualities of nature without sacrificing privacy. A simple stair leads to an elevated level that acts as a final destination, offering expansive views and a memorable vantage point. Cars are discreetly hidden, allowing the arrival sequence to foreground landscape and calm, with a koi pond providing a moment of quiet reflection on entry. The foyer is notably generous, setting a tone of openness that carries through the home's inward-focused planning. The bedroom and living wings face the courtyard and beyond are connected by a breezeway that reinforces movement and flow. While the architecture may appear ordinary at first glance, it is executed with care and precision. This is a restrained, well-built home that quietly maximizes its sight and enhances daily living.
Our next award goes to The Barracks by Gabriel Fagan Architects.
The Barracks by Gabriel Fagan Architects. This project renovates, repurposes, and extends the historic 18th century warehouse building, which started life as a wine storage facility with a healthy historic relationship to the Northern Nagri Lutheran Church. The project is a triumphant example of a symbiotic and sympathetic conservation and contemporary adaptive reuse scheme. Laudable efforts to protect the historic skyline of the new church have resulted in the contemporary upper building's tectonic form. Key attributes of the project stem from the faithful restoration of the historic warehouse, which prompted the addition of the new multi-story platform above the historic building to optimize on the new developmental yield of the site. They invented an innovative construction method of placing a new building above an existing historic building. The resolution of technically complex structural systems to house the four-story upper addition above the historic building whilst ensuring structural independence between old and new, whilst limiting the impact on the original fabric. The new building comprises three-story residential and a publicly accessible rooftop studio.
The next award goes to School Pace by Slee and Co Architects.
The Skilpace, Johannesburg architect. The materiality and geometries of this house dissolves the old house and the new extension into one and transforms the place into what feels like clearing in the tree canopy. The Skilpace sits as a clearing in the coastal dogwood trees on the beachfront in Hermanus. The house is inward looking with small framed views to the ocean. Interlocking spaces erase traditional hierarchies in the home for engineering artists. Openings in the walls extend space, creating elemental thresholds, exhibition walls, sleeping platforms, and studios. Exposed recycled trusses increase the illusion of inhabiting a milkwood canopy above. The strength of the timber truss, the plasticity of spiral wall, and the delicate glazed steel planes receive humble, ornate, bold, and eccentric things, people, and dogs in an effortless ensemble, all equivalent, all celebrated, both in summer and in winter.
Our next award goes to the Racket Center by Rebel Base Collective.
Records Club by Rebel Base Collective. This project in a well-established sports club includes a new pavilion, 6 new paddle courts, and the addition of 4 tennis courts. Programmatically, the pavilion houses the change rooms, a cafe, bar, pizza kitchen, and upper terrace. The project's success emanates from the architect's respect for place, in establishing the existing clubhouse structure as a datum point for the new development. The siting of the new pavilion structure is thereby optimized onto the sloping terrain of the site, reintroducing a healthy relationship of the brick form with the natural landscape. The elongated concrete roof edges aid in visually extending the built form beyond its physical edges into the landscape.
Our next award goes to Villa Spike by VKDB Architects and Interior Design.
Villa Spike by VKDB Architects is a new residence in the Vallée Lustre estate in Paradijskloof, Stellenbosch. Constructed adjacent to an original family house, it is a retirement home and designed to accommodate growth and change in the future. Built from brick with timber infill, this project reflects a distinct design approach that contributes within what might be termed contemporary Cape vernacular. Its whitewashed brick walls establish clear volumes within which planes of glazing are inserted to connect interior space with the landscape beyond. The timber detailing reflects an attention to design at the level of detail, with innovation evident in the ventilation and ironmongery. A staircase leads to an upper level with a large outdoor terrace in expectation of the expanded accommodation needs of the next generation. The building stands in contradistinction to the other properties in this gated complex, perhaps as a demonstration of the value of architectural design, notably within the context of the theme developments that have come to predominate housing development globally. This attempt to innovate on the vernacular is recognized for the rigor of self-discipline in the design that has contributed towards its creation, and it provides a timeless reminder of the value of early settlement origins.
Next, we have New Entertainment Venue by Milan Foster Architecture Interior Design.
New entertainment venue, Bel Air Constantia, Milan Forster Architecture and Interior Design. The new entertainment venue is a multi-purpose venue that serves as a photographic studio for food and lifestyle shoots. Envisions as a structure that would integrate comfortably into its surroundings, functions as a private sanctuary and as an entertainment venue, while maintaining a profound connection to nature. The desire for a design that would be partially embedded in the site, featuring vegetation, planted roofs that engage with the landscape and create the illusion of being gently dug into the hillside. The existence of a historic poplar-lined wagon and road further enriches the site's narrative, influencing the layout and integration of the new design with the original estate.
So that concludes part one. Well done to all the winners. Thank you so much. Oh, everybody, I haven't announced dessert yet. Dessert is coming.
Another round of applause for the winners.
Yeah, maybe please get another round of applause for the winners. Thank you. With that, dessert is served. It will be about 15 or 20 minutes, and we will be back for the Awards of Excellence after. Thank you. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
House Hill Fenter is another collection of modernist furniture and an evolved appreciation for the critical role that imagination plays in architectural design. These grounds have contributed significantly to an exceptionally healthy client-architect relationship, with this award-winning residence being the outcome. The entry facade to this project appears as a regular residence in a typical Parkhurst street. Optics are the outcome and not the generator of this architecture. The ground plan has been radically reconfigured to establish a complex set of new relationships between site and the natural built environment, between the public and the private, and between indoor and outdoor relations, to the extent that a new field of human experiences has been established in creatively responding to the client's need to accommodate their furniture collection, paintings, and other artifacts. A series of living areas flows together in a manner that permits informal everyday living, dining, entertaining, whilst equally accommodating formality, and culminating in an external covered outdoor courtyard, providing a substantial volumed room that leads to a raised external dining platform on the roof of an outdoor building. Bedrooms and ablutions have been carefully located on the east side, being shielded by an installation wall containing part of the client's collection and providing retreat from the privacy of the remainder of the open plan space. The plan's connectivity and the life within is maintained by a series of light wells across the length of the building, allowing for light to penetrate and the experience of Johannesburg's remaining asset, its weather, to permeate diurnally. This project is recognized for its ability to respond to the client's requirements with both integrity and imagination in transforming a regular suburban house into a veritable backdrop for the staging of dwelling in comfort.
What a wow, what a wow. Well done to the Hill Fenter team. So each recipient receives a plaque. So that's pretty special. I was really excited when I saw that. So well done again. So the next recipient for this evening's, all the awards were unanimously, so I'm not going to repeat it again. Quite rigorously, yes. So the next award for this evening is Mustard's Mill by Gabriel Fagan Architects.
Mustard's Mill, Mowbray, Cape Town by Gabriel Fagan Architects. Immaculate restoration has returned the mill, ravaged by a fire in 2021, to full working order, transforming it from a static reminder of the past into a living demonstration of heritage in motion. The structure once again operates as it once did, offering an authentic and dynamic connection to traditional milling practices. The project carefully balanced preservation with reconstruction, conserving all surviving original components while faithfully recreating lost elements, including the swiveling roof cap, sails, and intricate internal mechanisms, even rectifying previous restoration attempts. The educational aspect is particularly laudable. Visitors can once again observe the mill's operation and gain insight into the craftsmanship, engineering, and historical context that define its significance. By prioritizing accuracy and functionality, the restoration provides a rare, tangible learning experience that bridges past and present. Ultimately, this project stands as a celebration of technology, both historic and modern. It highlights the ingenuity of traditional design while demonstrating the value of contemporary conservation techniques. The result is a vibrant, working monument that honors its origins while inspiring future generations through its renewed purpose and accessibility.
This evening's next recipient for the Corobrik-SAIA Awards of Excellence for 2026 is hereby awarded to Drew Architects. No, wait, hang on. I got it the other way around, sorry. It's awarded to the Upside Down House by Drew Architects.
Upside Down House by Drew Architects. The name of the project derives from its program, which has the primary living areas including the master bedroom on the upper level in this two-level home, promoting a vantage point to the golf course views on the north beyond the stand. Spatially, the kitchen anchors the home on plan. The bronze-colored aluminum fins wraparound screen on the upper level, the deliberately heavy concrete wall at the lower level, and the arrival sequence at the landscape courtyard all define the bold architectural character of this home. The spaces are cleverly designed and integrated to each other across the two levels through multiple staircases. Various moments of delight and surprise exude the character of this home, such as the external staircase, the hidden pool, the well-detailed joinery, the well-considered partitioning to the living spaces, and the cavernous double-volume man cave integrated to the study and workshop that showcases the client's passion of iconic classic cars, particularly the Porsche 911. This project adds richness and variety to the otherwise indistinctive streetscape characteristic of such residential estates.
So I'd just like to make a distinction or a correction or something. When I mention the name of the project, it's because we are awarding projects, but we are rewarding the designers or the people behind that. We're correct, yes. So the next recipient for this evening's or this year's Corobrik-SAIA Award of Excellence goes to House Montrose by KLG Architects.
In House Montrose in Johannesburg, Cape Town, KLG Architects have radically transformed an existing house from a dwelling of rooms into a realm of spatial experiences. Exploring the constraint of a typical narrow sloping site, the designers have reimagined the existing and conceived a contemporary dwelling through an exceptionally well-crafted build. Entering on the upper level, one is confronted by a small glazed courtyard space where a portion of the raw site is maintained within its transparent enclosure, providing a reference point within the radically reconfigured open plan and thereby establishing relations between the house, nature, and the city, and encompassing the table bay beyond. The freedom of this newly established ground plane has been strategically developed at critical locations within the section and its envelope. On the south, the living area's ceiling is significantly manipulated and raised to frame the rear outside, whilst extending across to encompass Table Mountain and a hidden study area above. The sensation is one of reconnection between the city's primary natural elements, mountain and sea, affecting a consciousness of the human's position within the Cape's bounty of open wilderness spaces. This free spatial language is complemented by refined timber detailing, serving to enable an articulation of the space at its extremity. A small internal staircase leads one down to a series of bedrooms compacted within the original envelope, yet now open to the site beyond through a large external stair. The limited material palette reflects on early Cape modernism through the disciplined use of white painted masonry enclosure, complemented by an evolving sensibility for timber. The work is clearly recognizable as one by KLG, whose projects have become consistently rewarded for a continually evolving design language, one which will surely come to ensure this practice's location within the annals of future history making.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next recipient for this year's Corobrik-SAIA National Awards of Excellence goes to the Red Hill Early Learning Center by Hubo Architects.
Red Hill Early Learning Center, Morningside, Johannesburg, by Hubo Design Architects. The architect introduces a new complex world into the space of the existing school, rendering both spaces unrecognizable to each other. The new spatial language is generated by the pedagogy of the Reggio Emilia schools in Italy. The exaggerated entrance is cleverly a magical threshold that dissolves reality. This new spatiality, free from conventional geometries and free from conventional architectural languages, engages the imagination, provoking spatial exploration by the children. The purpose of this pedagogical provocation is to enhance physical and mental development by enriching perception seeing, building physical prowess climbing, encouraging confidence moving overhead blinds and curtains, understanding the impact of variation in scale, encountering different levels of illumination, traversing bridges over teaching spaces, and finding places of repose offered by a range of different sized steps in different parts of the building, where each child can simply be, read, or think. The colors are unexpected, nurturing pastel tones. Imposing high walls are dissolved using mosaics to simultaneously attenuate the ear and the eye. The complex space is made to feel secure by the solid yet gentle tectonic of the walls, astute balustrades, door frames, and window sills design. The floor, a warm molded ground plane, and the datum of the child.
The next recipient of the SAIA Corobrik Award of Excellence for 2026 goes to the project named Unbound by W Design Studio.
Unbound by W Design Architecture. Site has been exceedingly well utilized on this modestly sized home, which is in a valley of an estate in Dalstroom. In a contemporary and refreshing response to the farm vernacular building guidelines of the estate, the stoop, low garden walls, and detached dwellings, synonymous with this building typology, have been meticulously deconstructed to produce an original, well-proportioned, and sophisticated dwelling. The sequence of arrival on the northeasterly corner of the property leads one through the cascading landscape courtyard, loosely contained by an aggregation of 4 buildings housing the program of this homestead. They bear differing but very complementary visual and spatial characteristics. Scale, choice and composition of materiality is laudable, contributes productively to the landscaping within the property and beyond. Secondary building elements such as the pergolas, clear-story glazing, the low garden fence fabricated from steel rods, and the thresholds elevates the compositional richness of this well-executed property.
Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, The next Award of Excellence for this year's Corobrik-SAIA Awards of Excellence 2026 goes to Kanyisa by Rebel Base Collective. Avela is also part of the team, by the way, but she joined way after all of this happened. Just so we are.
Kanisa at St. Mary's School, Waverley, Johannesburg, by Rebel Base Collective. Merging with the landscape, a challenge well met, this project responds deftly to its pivotal position on campus, shaping a building that is as much a pathway as a destination. Conceived to accommodate movement rather than simply arrival, it breaks down scale into a series of smaller inhabitable zones that support both structured learning and the informal interactions that enrich daily school life. Bold and confident, the architecture is defined by a striking roof form that anchors the building within its setting, while signaling its presence at this key intersection. The design is culturally inclusive, demonstrating a clear respect for preconception and the existing ethos of St. Mary's, where holistic learning underpins every spatial decision. Areas for gathering, pausing, and quiet reflection are carefully integrated to encourage curiosity, conversation, and moments of stillness beyond the classroom. A robust, almost masculine detailing elevates otherwise mundane elements, lending the building a sense of engagement and tactile richness. The project succeeds as a thoughtful and dynamic environment attuned to both movement and meaning.
Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, our penultimate Award of Excellence for this evening, for this year's cycle of the Awards of Excellence, goes to Fluid Spaces by Urbis Architects.
Fluid Spaces, Sheffield Beach, KwaZulu-Natal, Urbis Architects. This new build house, located within the Alani Coastal Forest Estate north of Durban, is sited on a lot within a gated community. The architectural drawings reveal an exceptionally well-considered intervention within the small, irregular triangular remainder allotment 1044. Working within strict limitations, while responding to a theme of fluid spaces, the spatial configuration and the dispersal of public and private functions within this project has afforded an engaging place for dwelling in comfort. The articulation of the plan through the use of solid enclosed space at the extremities anchors the site intervention whilst permitting a series of large openings. These, in turn, establish spatial extension up to the perimeter, blurring the boundary between interior and exterior experience, and in a sense cleverly overwriting the building setbacks. At critical moments, this ambiguity is captured through a functional thickening of the interface to afford unique Janus-faced experiences, in particular where the shower and kitchen openings are intentionally articulated to enable a unique spatial experience whilst intelligently modulating the effects of direct sunlight. The sensibility in design is evident across the spectrum of the architectural project, extending to the language of material choices and their concomitant construction and tectonic detailing. The choice and continuity of surface textures becomes spatial in reflecting light within the interior volume while reinforcing the seamless integration between natural and human environments. The outcome is reflective of exceptional design skill across the entire spectrum of architectural intervention, whereby the limitations of a site have been transformed into spatial opportunities through consistent design innovation, enabling the production of a highly specific living environment in response to both the inhabitants' needs and the local specificities of this North Coast Durban intervention.
Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, our last recipient for this year's Award of Excellence for this cycle of the award season goes to the new Highfield House by Meshwork Architects and Urbanism.
Highfield House by Meshworks Architecture and Urbanism. The materiality, geometries, and colors of this house dances in the sunshine. The Highfield House sits beautifully on a north-facing incline in Abbotsford, Johannesburg. Fluid space generated by exacting geometries along the slope tie together everyday and celebratory spaces, both inside and outside this house. Ribbons of space, bathed in the color of the sun, erase traditional hierarchies of spaces in the home. Curving geometries extend space, create contemplative thresholds, follow inclines, arrive at exhibition halls, and disappear in cave-like spaces. A white disc placed in the center of ceiling planes gives the illusion of a series of domes floating above. Strength of concrete block, plasticity of rammed earth, and delicate glazed steel planes receive both humble and ornate, bold and eccentric things, people, and dogs in an effortless ensemble of surreal, comforting waves of substance. All equivalent, all celebrated, both in summer and in winter.
Thank you, colleagues. And ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for all the recipients. Louder, 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 louder. Thank you. Congratulations once again. We are at the tail end of the evening. Thank you for being such a good crowd. On the right there, are you happy? There we go. Please help us. In the center, yes. where all the grown-ups are. Help us, colleagues, she's already on stage. There is a bit of a surprise, it's not on the menu. There's a President's Award. We have no idea what it is. So we'll hand over to Janet and we will go back to our seats. Thank you.
Okay, Peter actually said I could have the final say, and I thought there was one project that I actually think has made a major contribution to the community, where it that it serves, and I would like to give the President's Award to the Soweto Caracas Community Centre in Kailicha.
Hello. Thank you. And for our final words, we would like to invite Dr. Peter back to the stage for closing, a vote of thanks, and any other formalities. Thank you so much for a wonderful evening. We are humbled to be your hosts, and we shall see you soon.
Please rate us on TikTok. Please rate us on TikTok. Thank you.
Friends, colleagues, world-class architecture. Okay, I'm about to release you into Johannesburg. I invited you to be comfortable in the beginning. Before we leave, we need to thank a few people. First of all, Rand Club. But in particular, Refilwe. Is she here or hiding away? Okay. But thank you very much for that. I acknowledge our new president, Janette Simon, now fully inaugurated and carrying our collar for a month. I told you the board is sitting here, but it turns out there are two in the naughty corner. But to our board and everybody who serves on SAIA in a voluntary capacity, who is a member in good standing, these things make everything possible. To our past presidents and all members and our guests tonight present. SAIA is tiny. It's me, the board, which is amazing. But me, Twanelo, where are you, Twanelo? There, come here. This is Twanelo. Thank you very much for everything you do. And the other individual is Hugh. And tonight's director was unquestionably Mr. Fraser. Architect Fraser. The clips that you've seen have been shared mostly on social media, and they will be taken by Mr. Fraser, Architect Fraser, to Barcelona in 1 month's time to share with the world this world-class architecture. Thank you, Hugh. Thank you. The judging panel, you're a brave bunch. It's an impossible thing to look at work produced under constraint, under pressure, in a country that does not make building easy, and to discern within it degrees of excellence. That is not a task for the faint-hearted. The rigor, the passion that you brought to this honors every entrant in this room. Thank you. To our sponsors who make it possible for the profession to hold a mirror up to itself and have walked a long journey with us. 36, 35 years. 36 next year. That is an appreciated commitment. Not always, it's appreciated, really. Not always acknowledged, but really appreciated. It's a long-standing commitment to the idea that South African architecture deserves to be celebrated, documented, and remembered. All right. Student ushers, you guys are the future. Sorry, disorganized. Where are our student ushers? There they are. They welcomed you here today, but also, go ahead. You guys are the next generation of architects in this room. You were here witnessing the preparations behind the scenes. And tonight you got to see what it means for the profession to celebrate itself. We hope it was worth it. Okay, I want to close on something that matters to me. We've spent the evening talking about excellence freely, as if it was a simple idea, but it's not. Every architect in this room knows that delivering a project is never without constraint, complexity, and compromise. Budgets shrink, clients change their minds, municipalities, weather, etc. And through all of this, the architect negotiates between what was dreamed and what is buildable, between what will serve society and what the client wants and what the user needs and what is in the best interests of the public. What is ideal, what is possible. This is the daily labor of architecture. It is honorable. It contributes to the built environment. It shapes how people live, work, and feel. We don't celebrate it enough. The things that we bring to a single dwelling home in a high-end estate are the principles and qualities we can bring everywhere. We just have to figure out how to distribute our talents better. When you enter an awards program, you're not just submitting a project, you're making a claim. You're saying, this work is worth looking at. It deserves attention, and I trust it to be judged. This stands for something beyond the brief it came from. This is a vulnerable act. Whether you were named tonight or not, the act of entering is in itself a form of leadership. It says, I believe in what I made. I believe in this profession. I believe the built environment is worth fighting for, even when the city outside with the potholes suggests otherwise. Architects who enter awards are contributing to the discourse of what architecture can be. They are making the future possible, briefly visible today. Every project on that screen tonight is a proof of concept, a proof that despite the constraints, the compromises, the complexity, the future possible can still be made. Winning is wonderful, but entering is brave. Please enter. I want to return at the end to where we started, to discomfort. At the beginning of the evening, I invited you to set it aside, to exhale, to be present. Now I want you to think of something else. Discomfort is not the enemy of excellence. It might be the source. Architects in this room did not produce great work because conditions were easy. They produced it in spite of conditions that were not. Discomfort or brief or budget or whatever is not an obstacle that creativity works around. It is the source of creativity. Pressure is not the opposite of beauty. Beyond the project, there is a deeper discomfort, the discomfort of caring about the built environment that is not cared for, of upholding standards in a context that sometimes makes standards feel like a luxury, of asking, what could this be? That relentless refusal to settle is not a problem to be solved. It's the engine. It's what drives the seeking, the aspiring, and reaching the possible towards something better. It is the bedrock of excellence itself. So when you go out into Johannesburg tonight, into the cold and the dark and all the discomfort that it carries, carry it lightly. It has brought you this far. It'll take you further still. To everyone who entered, who judged, who sponsored, who attended, who coordinated, who hosted, who ushered, who traveled, who showed up in a difficult city on a dark night for a profession that doesn't always make it easy to love, thank you. Travel safely. And keep going. Hugh just wants to add two things. He wants to tell all the winners to please come and get a photograph. And?
Yes, all the winners are please come up and get a photo. But more importantly than that, there were 54 entries this year. And much as social media really irks me, I've become a resurgent 16-year-old. I've discovered Reels. And yesterday I was on 702 and I discovered that I've actually got to get onto TikTok as well. I'm going to do it for you. If you didn't get an award today, there is absolutely no reason why we will not, as SAIA, we will not support you on social media. So we are there for you. So please keep feeding us information. We have a vehicle out and we will support you. Thank you.